What are your thoughts on tonight's debate, Jason Johnson?
So there's a couple things about tonight's debate. It's really, really important for Bloomberg. It's probably more important for him than anybody else. If he does well tonight, then this race is on, and it's going to be on in a very, very serious way. He has to demonstrate tonight that he's more than just commercials and dank memes, right? And if he goes out there, and look, I don't think people have any particular expectations of him. I've been on YouTube watching his debates from '09 and his debates from 2000. I mean, that's not indicative of where he is today. The man's 78 years old. He hasn't had to do this in over a decade. But if he goes out and he demonstrates that he's not an absolute idiot, he doesn't stumble over himself, he doesn't get pissed off and throw things at Chuck Todd or whoever the moderator is, then people will think he's presidential because he's rich and old and white, and that'll be that.
And all those boxes will be checked.
Yeah, all those boxes will be checked.
Yeah.
And I want to mention, because I know we'll get into this and I can speak more specifically about Mike Bloomberg, on stage you will have a guy who wrote the crime bill, a guy who voted for the crime bill, a guy who couldn't control his local police department, a guy who sicked his police department on people, a woman who allowed a young man to stay in jail and didn't do anything about it, and Elizabeth Warren.
And highly unproblematic, very pro
Yes.
pro
everything.
economy,
Yes.
pro everything.
Isn't that
Elizabeth
crazy?
Warren.
Isn't that
Like
crazy?
the best
the
candidate
absolutely
is like
non-problematic
least
person.
problematic. She's done nothing but help advance policies that have helped
Isn't
black
that
people,
crazy?
like brown people,
Yes.
the poor people,
Got
the gay
black people working
the
for
woman
her.
people,
Yes.
got black people up and down, all the Twitters, all the social media, the least problematic, and yet she's repeatedly ignored.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Odd.
Is it funny?
Odd.
Or
It's-
does it
it's-
speak volumes about the country that we actually live
It
in?
really does.
Well, it speaks volumes about how frightened people have become. I mean, like, you can't say that Elizabeth Warren, that her gender or anything makes her unelectable. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote by 3 million in 2016. That ain't the issue. It's just that everybody is so damn shocked and gun shy about Trump getting in office that somehow they've gone back to these regressive notions about what's electable. I thought electable was the person who's not an asshole. I thought electable is the person who doesn't have a long and storied history of abusing the base of the party like every other person up there does. But apparently, who am I?
And
What do
you know,
I?
it helps that she's got phenomenal ideas that are actually based in reality, that she actually can advance,
try
and
and
that she has
pass?
been, and like that she has been a forerunner in doing before she was even elected, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Before she was elected, advocating for HAMP and the replacement of wealth, so that the drain that was coming out of as a result of the foreclosure crisis was not going to be as brutal as it was. I mean, a lot of her most progressive ideas, she was not even able to get past Obama's administration. So I'm just saying.
But Miss Favors, I mean, the fact that she's passed more bills in her 2.5 terms in the Senate than the guy who's been there for 30 years
I
isn't
don't
an
know.
indicator that she's infinitely more effective.
I mean, could it be that, like, I mean, she's just, just the best qualified and the best
no, because her campaign staff would have given her the information she needed to be born a man, because that way it would have solved everything.
And you know what? Could we
That's her
just go back
biggest
to the
problem.
fact that she does not have
A penis.
Then,
Let's fix everything.
Neither does Trump, but that hasn't stopped him.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's what
Can I
Stormy Daniels said. Couldn't find it.
Why? Oh, it's 4:16 already.
Can I jump in? So am I to ask? You like Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah.
I know
think-
that Loree Daniel Favors
Yeah.
likes.
I've wanted
Elizabeth
her to
Warren.
run since she created the Consumer Financial Protection. Since before she was in office, when she was a professor, I was like, that is the type of person who would be a phenomenal
And she
president.
should have run against Hillary the way Barack
I wish she
Obama
had.
ran against Hillary. She would have won.
No.
You
I don't think
so?
that would
No,
have
no,
been
no,
good.
no, no, no,
You
no.
don't think so?
No.
Because there were so many things at play in 2016. I think Hillary would have been a very difficult candidate for anybody to beat. Joe Biden probably couldn't have beat her in 2016.
I think you're wrong.
I-
I think
I-
Has
there's
Joe
a lot.
Biden beaten anybody?
No,
Never.
he hasn't. He's never
Ever.
beaten anybody
Ever.
except his own chest, and that doesn't get him anywhere.
There you go.
He beat
but-
Corn Pop.
Yeah, he beat Corn Pop. So we've been told.
Allegedly.
So we've been told, like a dog-faced pony soldier, just beat him down.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't have a candidate. I'm not in favor of anybody. I have serious criticisms of all of them. But the criticisms that I have based on the survival of our people, she has the fewest.
Yeah.
Her biggest crime is lying and saying that she was Native American, which 99% of Negroes that I know do.
Yeah.
Or got somebody in the family claiming it.
Listen,
So-
I had to tell people for the census, just because you think you got Indian in your family and
There
you
you
don't
go.
like the word black and your hair do things that genetically mine does not do, that does not mean you're not black.
Yeah,
and we got to
exactly.
be racial identity. It's a thing.
Oh, and by the way, she is actually third in delegate count. So it really, the things that actually matter, she's still in the running.
I thought it was Amy Klobuchar.
No.
No.
Yes. With the Klobucharmy. The Klobucharmy can't close all K's? No.
Ah!
What are
Did
you
anyone-
saying?
Did anybody tell them like all the K's is not a good thing?
No, it's not
Nobody
a good
told
thing
them?
at all. It's
Okay.
not a good thing at
See,
all.
There's
They
three
had- they had
K's.
Elizabeth's
You're telling
staff.
me there's
Klobuchar-
three of them.
Yeah, Klobuchar can't close. Yeah.
Wow, this is getting very interesting.
Whoa.
Andrew Yang is going to be now a CNN contributor. He's been hired.
Good for him.
Why are you covering your mouth, Jason? You can't say anything?
I'm just.
What is this? Okay.
It's so wretched. It is. I'm sorry. It's just so
What is the
absolutely
wretchosity?
wretched. And here's the thing. Like, look, I'm never against anybody making coin, and I don't run a network. But what are his qualifications to provide political or presidential campaign analysis? I'd rather a Steve Forbes. He has none other than the fact
So
that
it's
he
like
went-
Ice Cube acting?
I mean,
No,
no,
just-
because Three Kings was great.
No, I'm saying, in Boys in the Hood,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
he wasn't really doing
Yeah.
much then.
right.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Andrew Yang's claim to fame is he basically went on a party frat boy bender for 10 months on one idea that had been advocated by everybody from MLK to Nixon to Barack Obama. Okay, big deal. You literally fired your entire campaign staff after Iowa, and then you quit after New Hampshire. What expertise do you have in how to run a presidential campaign? None. Absolutely none. That galls
But
me.
the Yang Gang, they're very powerful.
I'm sure they
there's a lot
are.
of
And
them.
apparently that's all you need.
Funny thing though, and I don't know if this is because I have a doctorate or not. Tweets aren't votes.
Oh.
Tweets aren't votes.
Having a doctorate might give you some
Wait.
insight.
Yeah.
But
You're
clearly
such an
Tweets aren't
elitist,
votes.
Jason.
Absolutely,
you know.
absolutely.
Just because
Tweets
you
aren't
spent
votes.
decades and years, studying and advocating and
And,
teaching.
and speaking of tweets aren't votes, tweets also aren't proper campaign communication management, as certain members of the Bernie campaign are figuring out today. I guess it's kind of hard when you actually have to go on TV and answer questions from intelligent people as opposed to just trolling.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
I already know what dimensions under this clip are going to look like.
Don't care.
No.
Don't
and
care.
Thankfully, I don't either.